Why did my dad choose his new wife over calling 911 for me? My dad married Linda 3 months after my mom died. Everyone said it was too fast, but dad insisted he couldn't handle being alone in that house. Linda was a nurse he'd met at the hospital during mom's final weeks. She seemed caring at first, always bringing dad meals and checking on him. I didn't visit much after the wedding because something about Linda made me uncomfortable. She'd stand too close when talking, touch my shoulder in ways that felt possessive rather than friendly. Dad said I was being unfair, that Linda had saved him from grief. But when I did visit, I noticed things. Dad had lost maybe 30 pounds. He'd doze off mid-conversation, his words slurring like he was drunk even though he'd quit drinking years ago. His hands shook when he reached for his coffee. When I asked if he was sick, Linda would answer for him, saying he was just tired, just adjusting to retirement, just getting older. The medicine cabinet in their bathroom was full of bottles I didn't recognize. Not Dad's usual blood pressure medication, but other things with labels I couldn't read because Linda kept them turned backward. When I tried to check one, she appeared in the doorway asking if I needed something, and I felt like a kid caught snooping. Dad stopped calling me. Before Linda, we'd talk twice a week, but now weeks would pass with nothing. When I called him, Linda would answer and say he was sleeping or busy or couldn't come to the phone right now. She'd promised to have him call back, but he never did. My sister Amy noticed too. She lived across the country but said Dad's emails had changed. Shorter and stranger, not like him at all. When she suggested visiting for Thanksgiving, Linda said they were going on a cruise and it would be better if we waited until Christmas. I showed up anyway on a random Tuesday, used my old key. Dad was asleep on the couch at 2 in the afternoon. When I shook him awake, his eyes took too long to focus. He seemed confused about what day it was, asked if mom was making dinner. I told him mom died 8 months ago. He started crying like he'd forgotten. Linda came home and found me there. Her face went hard when she saw I'd woken Dad up. She said he needed his rest, that I should have called first, that I was stressing him out. Dad fell asleep again while we argued. I stayed for dinner, watched Linda give Dad 3 pills with his food. When I asked what they were for, she listed conditions I'd never heard Dad mention. Anxiety, insomnia, high blood sugar. She said he'd been diagnosed right after mom died and needed careful management. But Dad had always been healthy. His last physical before mom got sick showed nothing wrong. I started taking pictures of the medication bottles when Linda left the room. That's when my throat started closing. I'd eaten something with peanuts in it, and my allergy was severe. My EpiPen was in my car, and I couldn't breathe well enough to get there. I grabbed Dad's shoulder, wheezing, trying to tell him I needed help now. Linda was already pulling out her phone, but not to call 911. She was texting someone, her fingers moving fast. I begged her to call for help, my vision starting to go dark at the edges. Dad was trying to stand up, but couldn't seem to get his legs working right. Linda finally looked at me and said if she called 911, the paramedics would see Dad's condition and ask questions she couldn't answer. She said I should have checked the ingredients before eating her cooking. The casual way she said it while I was dying made my dad suddenly move faster than I'd seen him move in months. He grabbed for Linda's phone, but she pulled it away. And that's when I saw what was really happening. The rest of the story is linked below or on my channel.